Hey everybody, Starscream Rules 4 here, and today on the agenda we're going to be looking at Dark of the Moon Deluxe Sideswipe. I got this guy at Target a few days ago on clearance for $8, so that was nice. First thing we're going to... I'll take this off. This is his mech type. I'll show this off in robot mode. That's not important right now though. So we have a... As you know, he's a very sleek... Bollocks, can't remember the name. Whatever. Here we have a very interesting... Not too many Deluxes are convertibles. And the issue with convertibles is there's no roof to cover up the obvious holes you can clearly see. I realize that this is often unavoidable, and with the budget just for being a Deluxe they can't really take the time to cover up these holes, but it's still a bother, honestly. I'm not sure if the Human Alliance did any better, because I do not own it. But Human Alliance, in the past, I have Human Alliance, Soundwave, and Bumblebee, and they've both been extremely good, so I'm considering trying to get as many as I can, just because they seem to be a little better than Voyagers, honestly. But yeah, holes in the middle, so if you don't like that, then you're not going to like this guy very much. But that's my only issue with the vehicle mode, honestly. I think they got the color pretty well. Detailed, we have 3 pegs for mech type, 1, 2, 3. He drives pretty well. Sometimes you can have issues with these scraping. They don't go up any higher than this, so can cause some problems in the back if you don't have it transformed perfectly. That's not too big of a deal. And other than that, I think that's pretty much it. He's just your basic, really nice sports car, and except for the obvious gaps and holes in the bottom, that's all there really is to him. Not too much kibble showing. This what will become the chest plate covers up his head, so we don't have to worry about a head staring at us every time we flip him up straight. So yeah, let's go ahead and take them apart. What I will point out right away is, as we all know about Sideswipe, he has those awesome... I want to get this out of the way so I don't forget about it, but he has those really cool blades on his arms, as you can see here. And they put this number here. Won't focus. It says 29707. I'm not really sure what that means. I don't really care. But that just was kind of bothersome, because every time you have him posed like this, you have this number just staring at you. It's just kind of an eyesore. And I do not really like that very much. I wish they'd put that somewhere else. I mean, they could have put it anywhere else, and they just had to put it there. So that caused me some problems. The feet, as far as I know, the legs are the toughest part about transforming this guy. Other than that, he's really basic. These will come down here. Yeah, there we go. We have some... They tried... The feet were a little iffy, I guess. So they tried adding these little heel spurs here, which, in my opinion, worked out moderately well. It does make it look kind of like his feet are backwards, though. This should... I think I can't remember the exact way his legs go. I should look at the guide again to make sure I'm not screwing this up. I think this is how the feet go. Other than that, I'm pretty sure about everything else. This folds out. These will go up at the top, and this will pop back. Should fold down over his head. So, oh my goodness, the head completely just flew off. It is a ball jointed head, so all ball jointed heads really run the risk of popping off easily like that. But whatever. Finish up here. There's a lot of posability options for this back. I believe it tells you to do this. I'm not sure if you can see it like this with the back. I don't really like that though, because you have the hood of his car just sort of hanging up over his head, and I think that looked kind of goofy. So when I'm posing him, what I do is I just take this down and then just fold this down and put this up. it makes it look like he's got more of a backpack, but when he's posing, it makes him look a lot better. The car doors, they can be moved to just about any position you'd like them to. You can do some cool poses with that. I really like how versatile they made those. I will point out that the side view mirrors are all flimsy rubber, so not a child safety issue. And I think that just about does it for transforming. Again, if the feet are transformed differently, let me know in the comments. I'd hate to be screwing this up for everybody. There we go. And as I said, they added these little heel spur thingies to try and make him stand a little better because his feet are pretty problematic. If you can just get it just right, you can get him to stand though. So there he is. He's a little, I believe he's a little taller than your average Deluxe. As I said before, I think they did the color pretty well. And yeah, I guess I'll pull this out real fast. This is his mech tech weapon. It's supposed to be like some kind of cannon in this mode, and it will. You could peg it on. I found that you could peg it onto the side here, and it looks kind of ridiculous, but I thought that was kind of funny. It'll peg into his hand normally, but its function obviously is you push this here, and a blade comes out. I think mine is broken. It just sort of sticks there now, so it's like a giant knife or something. And then he has like this giant monumental blade that you can just stick in his hand. I don't really like that very much. I prefer to give this to more of a larger, perhaps Voyager. Yeah, mine just sort of hangs out. I think mine's broken. Don't worry, I've been using this probably a little too much, and that's probably why it's broken. Messing around with it a lot. But if you don't know this about me, then I don't typically like putting mech tech weapons on Transformers when they're in robot mode. I mean, they can look alright in vehicle mode, but they just seem bulky and unnecessary most of the time, and they're just a cool excuse to get a little more money out of these things. But yeah, other than the fact that he's extremely thin, really lanky, and we do have one issue here I will point out real fast. You can see straight through his chest. There's nothing covering that up, so you can see right through there, which looks kind of amusing. When his arms are down at the side, though, it's not a problem. And his legs are extremely thin, as you can obviously see. They're very thin. As I said, with the feet, you can get him in a pose pretty well. If you can you'll need a little more patience than you will with just a Deluxe that has your typical fold-out feet. As opposed to these things that can be twisted and moved in multiple parts. The legs are just kind of complicated. But other than that, he's really let's do. Oh yes, of course we should probably do lots of ball joints on this guy. His thighs there, ball joints. There's no waist because the chest plate plugs into the waist there, so there's no twisting at the waist. The legs have a million points you can move them at. There's a point of movement there, here. As I said, the feet can be moved in all sorts of places, but I don't want to get those two mixed up right now. Head, like you saw when it shot right off, ball joint. Arms, also ball joint. So that's nice, and they're pretty firm ball joints I found too, so they're not just going to pop off like some other Deluxes I own. We have a rotation here, an elbow here. His hands, since they fold into a pocket right in his arms for transformation, they cannot twist or anything. You can move them in a little bit, but that doesn't really serve a purpose. You can fold his blades back if you want to make him look not so menacing, and you can try for some more casual poses. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'd give this guy probably just a 7 out of 10. The issues I have are the gaps in the chest and through the top in the vehicle mode. The legs seem a little complicated and flimsy, and that just looks kind of goofy. But I'll take that. That's not too big of a problem. So yeah, this guy wouldn't be a bad purchase. I mean, there's definitely better Dark of the Moon Deluxes out there that you could be spending your money on, but if you can get this guy for a pretty low price like I did, yeah, I'd pick him up. He's a good purchase for not a lot of money. Yeah, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.